don't think you should ever assume that you know what everyone's going through.
Well, Angie knew my story. She just knew I had to get out of that old house.
I needed to get out of town. I needed to make some changes in my life.
I told Sylvia, you have nothing to worry about.
My family is up in Minnesota, but down here I have my 3 children with me. Samantha, Annabelle, and Sean. I met a man down here and we eventually got married. He knew about my children. I don't know what happened. It was like a light switch. Things changed and he couldn't take the children anymore. So he told me that I needed to get out and he gave me a deadline.
I knew where her situation was. She came in my office, she was in tears.
Actually considering moving back to Minnesota, which means uplifting the children, and they weren't happy about that.
I knew right away underwriting was going to question why we're buying a house near where their current home is, and we started putting a letter together about her domestic situation and how important it was that we got her and her children into a safe home to live.
She would call me weekends, nights, letting me know what she needed to get my loan done.
It was important to me that we went into this loan properly from the get-go so that we wouldn't have any issues getting it approved.
As a mortgage underwriter, if someone came to me with the same story, it would be hard to believe that they're moving 2 miles away in a home that they're going to occupy. But you know, you do have to open your mind and your heart sometimes.
My husband passed from a heart attack. It was sudden, unexpected. He was healthy. He was 41. I needed to get out of town. I needed a new start. I was fortunate enough to land in San Francisco.
I had started talking to Sylvia, and it was just like any other lead that you would get.
I was probably not very nice. Part of the profile and credit check, he asked me if I was married. And I remember I said, why do you need to know?
The customer has all kinds of angles that they have to cover, and if you don't ask the right questions, you're not going to know the right approach to take.
I knew I wasn't going to be able to avoid the question forever. So I think finally one day I just told him.
And this is the part that I won't forget. I mean, she just started crying. She started crying on the phone. She started crying on the phone, and I was like, what's wrong?
I told him how my husband was the one who always did the refinancing and all of that.
And then she said, you don't understand, you know, my husband just died.
I really don't know even where to start. So, you know, do I do a 30-year? Do I do a 15? Do I do a 5 or 7? Whatever.
She said, I don't know what I'm doing, and I need somebody to help me.
I remember he's like, I'm going to do everything I can to make you feel good about the decision you're making.
There was nothing going to go wrong with this loan. I don't care what it took. I was going to make sure that this loan was perfect from that point on.
It's so gratifying to be able to put someone in a home. It's just a great feeling when you go to a closing and you're able to hand over the keys to someone that you've just done their mortgage for. They're so happy to own their home.
I felt relieved. It was like I could breathe. When the kids get off the school bus and they walk through the front door, they're happy. This is my first home, and it's a wonderful feeling.
You know, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I mean, I actually have a view of the bay.
She bought a beautiful condo, and everything worked out. To be able to meet her and to be able to give her a hug and be able just to know that we were a part of all of this, that really makes me feel good.